Okay, I think now we can slowly start letting people in, which as a student you would, which as a student you would like to, ask, with the fellow students. So that's how the conversation is going to be. And so we will quickly touch upon the basic topics. And then after the session, we would also be opening our Q&A. So if you have any questions, then please reserve it, so that we can discuss it at the end of the session. So firstly, Nivedita, welcome to our session. So before we go into the topic, I wanted to ask you, why did you go to Germany? What made you to go and study in Germany?
So actually, the reason why I came to Germany is because one, I wanted to actually move out of India, and two, I
Okay.
think that if you want to study bachelor's in India itself, I think it's in a like a reputed institution. I think it's going to cost the same what you'll pay for your studies here in Germany too. So I thought, why not go to someplace else, and you I think a person can gain more knowledge and experience when you move out of your comfort zone and learn new stuff. So that's one of the main reasons why I chose Germany.
Okay. So, I mean, that's very genuine. So, thank you for sharing it with us. So, tell me a little bit about yourself, where you from and what about your parents and how did they react to that, sending someone, 18 years old all the way to Germany? How was their reaction?
Okay, so I'm Nivedita and I'm from Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. Actually, what was surprising is actually I'm a single daughter, like I don't have any siblings, and it was my father who actually initiated the process of sending me to Germany. Uh,
Interesting.
yeah, so he came up with this, and we talked about it, and then it slowly interested me a lot to know about this country, and then that's I didn't have any trouble in convincing my parents per se, but it was actually others who were like, she's just 18, she can go for masters and stuff. But we had a few friends living in Germany who were doing masters at that time, and they
Mhm.
said, I think it's better if you come for bachelor's because the foundation will be even more stronger when you come here for bachelor's. You get more oriented into the system and you'll understand how everything works here when you start from bachelor. So that I think that made me strong in my decision. Okay, let's go for bachelor's. It could be different because many of them come for masters. It's
Mm.
easier, I think, but
Yeah.
it is a challenge to come from bachelor's when you are just 18 and you are just about to see how the real world is.
Mm,
It
mm.
was a very big challenge, but I think it's also nice. There's no regrets.
Absolutely. I hope so.
Yeah.
But you were just around 17 and 18, and you're completing your high school. So when did this thought come very concrete in your mind that okay, I have fixed that, okay, I'm going to Germany? Do you already decide this before your high school, or this happened after your high school?
The moment I finished my board exams, actually, because I didn't score. My score wasn't really very good in my 12th board exam. I got around 75 percentage. So
Mm,
in India, if you want like with 75%, you'll get an engineering degree for sure, but not from a institution like really good institution. For example, let's say Anna University in Tamil Nadu. I don't think so. I'll be able to get into such universities. And if I just do for the namesake, if I do any degree, I don't think so I'll have any future also.
mm.
And I personally feel marks alone shouldn't decide about our future. So I thought, let's take this opportunity and come to Germany. And then
Okay.
I finished my 12th. Before I got my results, board results, I decided, okay, Germany is where I'm going to go. And then
Okay.
I got my results, and then the process started.
So even before, you were already decided that you want to go abroad, but after your board exams, you fixed that you wanted to go to Germany. So at that point of time, do you know that you need to learn the language to go to Germany?
Yes, I actually got a idea about how bachelor's in Germany is like for sure. Most of the universities who are teaching bachelor's in Germany is German taught program. So I think there is a need to learn German, even if it's not for studies. I think for basic survival we need German. I knew this because When I was studying in school, I had to come to Germany for a student exchange program for 21 days. So when I was in like ninth grade, I came to Germany for like 21 days, and then I got to know about their culture and how they respect their language. Like even parents who were educated, they were not willing to talk in English. They wanted to speak in German. They are so passionate about their language. So I think to survive in Germany, German is a must. So then
So
I started learning German in India. So I did my A1 in India.
okay, so this is interesting. So even before you came to Germany, you already visited once. So you
Yeah,
tasted the, the country, how it's gonna be here. So
yeah,
maybe that could be also a reason motivated you.
that did play a role, I would say. But when I was in ninth standard, I wasn't like serious about this because at that time, all it was all about fun, coming to a new country and seeing new
Yeah.
places. But I think it could have been a starting point. Yeah,
Okay.
it made me realize, okay, this is a country where where I like to be punctual, so I think this country will be even better for me here, and I will get integrated into society better. I felt
Nice. That's
that.
very nice. Okay, so now let's, the people or the students who's watching, they wanted to know how you started the process. So you decided that now you wanted to go to Germany. So then what happened? What happens next?
Then actually, I wanted to. There was an option to do either German in India or in Germany.
Hmm.
I specifically chose Germany because, like for example, if you want to learn physics, wouldn't a person like learning it from Newton or Einstein? So that's how I felt when learning German. I think it's better to learn with natives and when you're surrounded in, because German is not an easy language to master, though it has the same alphabets like English, the almost the pronunciation a little bit same. I think it will be easier to learn German in Germany because everywhere you turn around, you have to speak in German. You'll be pushed to a point where you have to learn the language,
Mm.
and it will be easier to master the language also. You can work part time, and then there you have to speak German. So that's why I thought, okay, it's okay to spend a few thousand euros, but learning in Germany will give us better chance of mastering the language. So I came to Germany to learn from like my A1 to A2 to C1 level
Okay.
because I
Okay.
completed my A1 in India. I
Mm.
came here. I did from A2 to B2 in a language institution, and then I didn't write any Aufnahmeprüfung because I thought, okay, I'll join a private student college like ISB because I think it had more pros compared to the cons. The only maybe for many people, I think the only disadvantage would be the cost, but I think spending a little more but securing the future is more important. I felt that.
Mm.
So I thought, okay, let's go for a private student college, and then I chose ISB, and I think it is also one of the best decisions, I would say, because
I hope
I
so
didn't
too.
have, yeah, I didn't have any. All I had to do was learn and improve my knowledge and skills. I didn't have to have any fear of like finishing an Festungsprüfung, for example, to join a university. I didn't have that pressure. Whereas a few of my other friends who did it in public, they were really pressurized to complete the course and pass the exam in order to join the university. Others, their chance were pretty much less compared to me.
Mm.
So I did my student college in ISB, and then I went to do my bachelor's.
Okay, so let's just rewind it for a while. So you came to Germany, you did a German language course up to B2, and then you started your student colleague, and then after completing your student colleague, you moved on to university to start your bachelor's.
That's right. I did T course in student college, and then with T course, I also did C1.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
So you already mastered your language up to C1 level.
yeah, before going into the university.
Right. And now you cross the most difficult parts, I believe, language plus
Yeah.
student colleague. Now you are into university. So how do you feel about studying in a German university? And given that you are in a public university?
Okay. Actually, I didn't have any experience studying in India, like in university per se, but I would say German university, the way they structure the course or the modules
Mm,
is in such a way that you have to be dedicated to your course. You have to be self-disciplined. The course is structured in such a way that you have self-study time as well. Not just attending the lectures is not enough. You have to research. You have to learn more about it. You have to
mm,
improve your own knowledge in that particular field. It's not just the professors. There's no spoon feeding here.
okay.
That is something I think students should get used to it. Professors don't spoon feed. They give you, everyone is equal here. There's no teacher's pet or anything. Every single person is equal. They give you the same information to everyone. It is up to us how we use it.
Okay. And as a as a student, do you really think that the university or the place where they're located, it matters for their career? Because most of the students who ask us, which university should I go and study, which one should I choose? Because so I wanted to, as a student who you have been experienced yourself, so you can tell to our students, fellow students that are aspiring students or the parents who are watching, that how does this university plays a role into their life and career?
Okay. So I personally preferred a university which is not too crowded. For example, I definitely didn't want to go into any TU universities because the number of students in a particular course is quite high. The competition is high. Whereas if you, well, the
Can
university
you
where
tell
I'm
me like
studying,
what is high, like how many students would be in a?
300 students, easily 300, 350 students are there in, for example, if you choose any engineering course in TU Berlin,
Mhm.
there are minimum 300 students in a particular course.
You mean like one course, like bachelor's in computer science,
Yes,
bachelor's in mechanical engineering?
yes, right.
Okay.
And I think the professor will hardly know your face. They won't even know who you are. There's there's no you can't even create any connection between the professor and you, because I think it's even hard for the professor to remember each and every single student and give them advice. But if you go to a smaller university, for example, the place where I stay, we have like 70, 80 students in my course, industrial engineering.
Okay.
And I think I personally do have connection with a few professors, and I think it's really important because, for example, see, you have to apply for internships. Right? Internship is like mandatory in every single bachelor course you take. Either your fifth sem or your sixth sem will be an internship course, and to apply for an internship, you need a recommendation from the professors. And
Okay.
professors don't give recommendations so easily.
Okay.
They have to know you personally. They have to know your performance, and so if it is a small group, I think it will be easier to interact with the professor and they'll get to know you better. That's how I had to apply for internship. I have already applied, and then I've got recommendation from three of my professors who were willing to give to me, and they gave me really good recommendations.
Okay.
This was possible only because I was able to make a connection because the student strength was pretty low, and
Hmm.
then they knew me personally, they saw me work hard for it. I think that is real. Instead of choosing the like TU universities or the University of Cologne, anything, they can just choose a university where you think you can establish a relationship with the professors.
But what about the opportunities when you choose a small city or a not so known university according to the parents' perspective, or a very popular university like TU Berlin or TU Munich? How does it make a difference? Do you think that it makes any difference when they look for a internship or a job?
No, definitely not. I think the place where you study and the mark you score is not going to secure any job opportunities for you, because one thing, German universities do not provide placements. It
Hmm.
is all on you. If you have skills, you get job. If you have knowledge, you get job. There's nothing to do with your marks or the place where you studied. It doesn't do anything. It's of no use. You have to improve your skills and your knowledge. That what matters in getting job. My
And
our professors, the ones who teach us actually, are students of the university I am studying in. It is a very small university, but I think they did outdo themselves, and they have become professors in the university they studied in. It doesn't mean they have to be the students of the known universities, the top 10 universities. It's not necessary. I don't believe in it too.
So you don't think that there would be any quality differences, even if the university is in a small city or a bigger city, the big university or small university?
Definitely, this. I have a friend who's studying in a known university, for example, U Berlin,
Mhm.
and then the way they assess them and the way they assess my group is same. The curriculum is almost same. The way
Okay.
they teach is same. The way they mark us is same. The exams are same. But the way they conduct the exams, I mean, it's the same. So it doesn't matter. Like for example, let's say you're studying in IIT. You don't mind if you're studying in IIT Chennai or your IIT Kanpur. It's IIT. That's it.
Mm.
So what matters? It's public university. That's all you need to check. If it's a public university, automatically you can believe that there is quality in that education.
Okay, so you mean to say that there is a standardized quality,
Yes.
irrespective of the state
Place.
or city or where the university, how big or small, but they maintain a quality.
Yes. Right. That's right.
Okay, this is actually good to know, because this is very important for the parents or for the students who wanted to choose university. So
Mhm.
according to you, how a student should choose a university or a course?
Okay. There are different criteria. Okay. First, if they want to do an English taught program or German taught program, it's up to them.
Mm,
Accordingly, they can choose if they want to do in a technical university or they want to do in a University of Applied Sciences. Because if you are a person who's like really studious and you want to do up to PhD, then for sure you have to take a technical university.
mm,
But if you're completely work related, you wanted to finish learning and then start working, and then I think the student should choose University of Life Sciences because you get lab experience, you have work opportunities, work student opportunities right there for you.
practical oriented.
Yeah. So they have they need a little bit of planning if they want to keep studying or if they want to keep working. So accordingly, they have to choose the universities, and from that they not all universities provide every courses. Like
Right.
for example, industrial engineering is not provided by every single university in Germany. So, like, for example, 10 or 20 of them provide. In that, only three or four are English taught programs. So they have to choose accordingly, apply to all of them, and there's no guarantee that everyone will choose them because the competition is pretty high. People are applying, but
Mm.
I think they will stand a decent chance.
Okay, so just to summarize this point, first the student has to decide what medium of instruction they have to study, either German or English. That's the first criteria.
Yes.
Second is they have to decide whether they go to the University of Applied Sciences or technical universities. Then they figure out the university. Next
Yes.
is then they have to see what kind of courses they wanted to study. Let's say computer science. Could be like 40 to 50 university of applied sciences. So on that 40, I wanted to add one more point. So out of this 40, they could also look into the university websites. They could look into the projects the professors are involved in, type of professors who are in the university, and what is their qualification, and what is the research going into the university. And based on this, the student can also, sort out their courses, because they get more opportunity when they go and study in this university. Doesn't matter if it's really a big city or a small city. At the end of the day, the opportunity for you is provided in that university. So probably these 4 points could be a factor for them to sort down the universities.
That's true. Yeah.
Perfect. Now, apart from this, let's talk about a little bit more about the education itself. How many years is a course, and how is it different from other countries? So I understand that we have in different countries 4 years they study, but in Germany it's not 4 years; it's a little lesser than that. But how it is practical, theoretical, internships, thesis, how is the structure? So if you can give an idea of the whole structure, how the bachelor's will look like.
Okay. So in Germany, I would say not. Yeah. Actually, like in India, a bachelor course in BE engineering, it's 4 years.
Yeah.
Give or take, it's only 4 years.
Yes.
But in Germany, it's not like that. some courses are only for 3 years. For example, I think Ernst Abbe Hochschule Jena, they teach biotechnology in BE biotechnology. I think the course is only for 3 years.
Okay.
For the course I'm studying here in industrial engineering in Dagenhof Institution, it's 3.5 years. So it's almost 7 semester course.
So,
And in some, I think in Regensburg, I think it teaching again industrial engineering. It's a 4 year course. So the courses vary from university. The timeline varies from course to course. There's no fixed timeline, but it can be anywhere between 3 to 4 years.
okay.
Engineering degree or some bachelor's of science degree doesn't matter. Anything, it could be 3 to 4 years, and then each course is different. Some courses have internship in the 6th semester, some courses have the internship in the 5th semester, and that's how after internship they have to write a thesis on what they worked in their internship. It again depends on which professor you're doing the thesis with, or which company is giving you the thesis also.
Okay. And when you meant this word, thesis and internships, so this is more like a work experience.
Mhm.
So can this be done in a industry, in a company, or it should be done in a university with a professor?
Actually, many companies, for example, there's a company here in Farkis, the Farkish place I work in. It's called Walker. It is a chemical related industry. They provide internship for students and thesis for students who are working with them.
Okay.
But if you're not ready to take up their thesis, many professors, the core professors from our very course, they are willing to give us these opportunities from the projects they are working in.
Okay.
So you have to know the professor. That is what I'm saying. You have to know the professor. They should be willing to give you this opportunity to do thesis with them also.
Okay.
So thesis can be done with the university or with the place you're working in. If the place you're doing internship is willing to give you a thesis, you can do with them.
Okay.
And it's quite a wide opportunity for students to choose.
So can I consider this thesis or the internships like a work experience?
Yes, definitely. And internship is like it's like a beginning to the career. I think you you'll be able to mold yourself into how the work life look like. They'll give you assignments, they'll give you projects that you have to take care of or to lead or to be a part of. It will give you an experience because internship is mandatory. You cannot escape that no matter what. And many universities, most of the universities, they want the students to do internship within Europe, not anywhere else, not outside Europe, not in India. For bachelors, I would say, because they want the students to get acquainted to the work culture here in Europe, in Germany. And I think internship will pave a better way for that. You'll learn how to work, you'll know how to manage work and studies and thesis. It is very important, I would say.
Okay, nice. And during this internship on thesis, would the student be, paid any stipend, or whether it is non-paid, or how it works?
Internships are actually most of the internships are paid, but the thing with internship is you're not paid like a regular job. Some companies pay only the minimum 450 for internship, and some pay per on hourly basis. Some pay like 800 euros per internship per month.
Per month.
So
Okay.
there is money, I would say, yes, but it is not all companies give like money, so like enough money for us to survive. You have
Okay.
to have a little bit of planning. So many students I have seen, what they do is before going into internship, you get this semester holidays of 2 or 2 months. So what they do is they work full time,
Mhm.
part-time jobs. They earn the money like 1,500 euros per month. So for 2 months they'll save that, and then they go for internship so they can manage their expenses as
Okay.
well as they can work.
Okay. Is it the same for thesis time? Would they be paid?
Actually, internship, and when you're doing thesis with the company, you'll be doing it during your internship as well. So
Okay.
uh, thesis is not done after your internship is over in a company. And if you're doing thesis with the professors, some professors pay, but some of them don't.
Okay, so it is a possibility that you can also get paid.
Yeah, but because thesis is not done separately, it is done along with internship. So when you're doing your internship, you get paid for the internship as well as the thesis.
Plus thesis, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And how crucial this internship and thesis is to get a future job?
Actually, internship and thesis are important to get the degree first, because um, internship alone in my course is 20 ECTS and thesis is 25 ECTS. If I do
Okay.
this only, I'll reach my goal of 210 ECTS to get my bachelor's degree. So I have to do the internship and the thesis to get the degree in the first place. If I
Okay.
don't get the degree, I don't think so it is possible for me to even look for jobs.
Okay, so almost 20 to 25% of your credits comes from internships and thesis itself.
Yes.
Right. And with my experience, I've seen most of the student where they do internship, they land in a job in the same company
Yes,
most of the
that's true.
times.
Yeah. Yeah, most of the time. Because right now I think there's really good demand for students who are completing their degree, because many Germans, actually like German people, after completing their abitur, all they do, most of them go do Ausbildung and stuff, like go to the university and study. So people who have like degrees are less, so the need for the people is quite high, so they need people who are uh, who have the
Like
knowledge of
qualified
the,
engineers.
yeah, they need with qualifications. And also in internship they train you, they are making you fit for the company, and then I think the company will grab the opportunity of making you stay in that place, because they don't want to hire a new person, train them all from the beginning.
By paying full-time salary.
Yeah. So that's it.
So it means that they hire you as an intern and they also teach you and they make you ready for the market and then they hire you full-time. I think
Yes,
I see it as a win-win situation for both students and as well as for the company.
that's true.
So
Because yeah, the trainings, like after you complete a degree and you don't have the company needs people, but then they already have trained a few, I think they will try to retain them, because they
yeah,
don't know how to do everything from
it
scratch
makes
again.
sense to hire the same people who know the technology, who worked in the same field, than hiring someone again and training them for 6 more months.
Yeah.
It makes sense. So
Yes.
that's good to know.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to touch up more on this stuff because I know that now currently you are planning to apply for internships and you are preparing your profile for it. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can tell our people that how important it is to do an internship.
Yeah. Actually, I'm applying for internship in a very reputed institution, CERN. It's like the institution you want to work in.
The best.
Yeah, yeah, the best. So it's like European institution. It's like for it has found states, like all the countries are its members, and then you want to work there. You like it's like you work there. It's like a dream come true. So I've applied for it. I have cleared the first round, and that's what I'm saying. Because for CERN, to apply for CERN, their application needed recommendation from the professors. So if I was studying in TU Berlin, they didn't ask for, they didn't demand I need a really good percentage in my grade in my transcript. They didn't demand that. What they wanted is a recommendation from the professors. So
Mm.
if I was studying in a very big institution, I don't think so I had a chance of chance of standing out for professors to know me, to recognize me and give me a recommendation letter. So
Maybe
I
they would have given, but not like
it
a
yeah,
personalized recommendation.
yeah, that's true. Because my professors real, I mean, they told like really good things about me. I think that would have made um my application stand out. I really believe in that.
Yes, let's hope for and all the best for you.
Thank you.
Okay, now let's go back to the other topic. So after graduation, what happens? What are the opportunities for the students?
So after graduation, you have like 18 months job search visa that I think many of you know about it. Uh, but I don't think so you'll use all the 18 months, because if you have good skill set, finding job is quite easy. But irrespective of whichever language you're choosing to do your bachelor's in, I think knowing German is mandatory to find a job. I am doing my bachelor's in an English taught program right now, but I still believe learning German is important, because even if you don't have to work in a German environment, I think for basic survival you need to, for example, talking to a customer, you need German. Sending an email, you need German. So basic German is needed, irrespective of what you learn in. And then you have to, a person has to improve skill set, not just get good grades in whatever course he's choosing or he or she is choosing. He or she should work a little hard, improve the skill set, learn new courses of, like, for example, SAP or SolidWorks, anything which is related to their field. They should
Hmm.
improve their skill set, and then that way they'll definitely secure a job opportunity, I'm sure.
Nice.
And the
So
18-month duration is quite enough for them to do that. It's a very long period. I'm pretty sure they'll be able to find a job within that.
nice. This is what I think they wanted to hear. It's very reassuring, from a student to know that, they would land a job, as soon as they graduate.
Yeah.
Right. So also I want to touch upon a little bit on the opportunities of doing part-time when you're, studying, because this is also something which the student and the parent, they wanted to know how this will fit with their, studies, how opportunities are available, how can they do part-time, how can they find a part-time?
Mm-hmm. Actually, many universities, what they provide is they provide this career newsletter. But for example, my university, they provide us career newsletter where every single week they send us a new updated newsletter regarding work student opportunities or regarding any part-time jobs available in that particular city. Students can very well apply, because they filter the application according to the students. Like, for example, evening jobs or something like that, they filter it so you can balance both your education as well as part-time. But
Okay.
if a student finds it hard, what they do is they take the full use of the semester holidays, because they get around 1 to 2 months, they work full time during those 2 months. They earn enough money for them to last over a semester. That's
Okay.
how we have been doing. That's how we have been able to maintain our blogged account, or uh, run our daily expenses as well.
Okay. Do you have some tips, or where the students can find part-time jobs, some portal, some website where they can just have a look, because they wanted to know?
Yeah. Actually, depending on what kind of jobs you want, if you wanted to go for if you're coming for language course or Studienkolleg, I'm pretty sure you won't have any experience to work in a company. So
Hmm.
at that point, you can look into McDonald's or KFC or any departmental store that need workers. So usually, what we use eBay, Kleinanzeiger. At
Hmm.
that time it was quite popular, so we applied in that. And then we have Job Mensa, we have Indeed, I guess, which also provides part-time and full-time opportunities for students. And then sometimes that if you're living in a big city, for example, let's say Berlin,
Hmm.
most of the time there are certain agencies also where you can go and apply, and then they'll find work for you.
Right. So if you can send us this website, we would link this with our, we're going to publish it in our YouTube channel. So we would be, putting out this website so the students can have a look at it.
I'll definitely send the links later.
Thank you. So I think we have touched upon almost all the basics. And so even there are a couple of questions which we already collected from the students, so which I want you to, address it. Is it necessary to have a blocked account if they have a scholarship? So this is kind of tricky. I will also help you out. So scholarships are not always available, because most of the time the university does not have any tuition fees. But you can also get some exceptionally, if you're a very good student, you can apply for a DART scholarship, so where you can also be getting 300, 400, 500 euros per month. So in that way, you can also substitute this scholarship with your blocked account. But the blocked account clearly says you need 860 euros. So if you do not have this 860 euro per month through scholarship, then you have to show the remaining, the deficit. Like, okay, if you have 500 euro scholarship, then the remaining 300 euros, 360 euros has to be shown on your blocked account. But if you get a scholarship of 1,000 euros per month, then I think you don't need it. So, but yeah, there are opportunities for scholarship. So you can go and check into the website called DAAD. So where you can find multiple opportunities for scholarships. You can have a look at it.
And also, I would want to add a note to this. I think to get a scholarship, not only mark matters. They expect you to do extracurricular activities like volunteering or teaching someone for like free and volunteering at a place where you, like for an NGO. I think your extracurricular activities what's going to speak while applying for the scholarship, not just the marks. I think students have to remember this while applying also, because
Okay.
some universities provide like this called as Deutsche Stipendium, which some
Mhm.
universities provide, and they ask for grade as well as proof of extracurricular activities
Yes, I
like
think the
volunteering.
Deutsche Stipendum is actually possible in all universities, because I've seen students study for 2 semesters, and based on their grades of grade semester 1 and 2, they can apply for a stipendum where
Yeah,
they could easily get 300-400 euros every month.
yeah, that's true. So, but they need to do extracurricular activities. They need proof of that. You
Mhm.
can't just simply say, okay, I'm volunteering here. You need proof that you're volunteering there. So
Yeah,
I
in
think
Germany,
students,
you need proofs for everything.
yeah,
Paper is what matters.
yeah.
Yeah,
So students have to remember this before applying for any scholarship.
perfect. I think the next question is, what are some official jobs, websites, and internships? I think we already covered this point. We would put it out. And does the German university help you in getting placement? I think you already addressed this point.
Yeah,
That
there's
you know,
no placements, not whatsoever. There's no placements.
exactly.
It's
But
all you.
if a professor can and have good faith in you, they can really, really help you to get a good job or internship.
That's right. That's very right. Because certain professors they're not like actual full-time professors. They are like part-time professors. They work in an institution and then they teach part-time. And those professors are willing to give you opportunities to work with them on their projects full-time, like their research assistant. You that is not a placement kind of thing, but that is an opportunity open
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
students who are actually
So,
excelling in that particular subject. Not for everyone, but
So this
to
is why
certain.
I mentioned that when you figure out the university, try to find the professors and who they are and what research they are doing, because
Yeah,
that will play a very, very key role to land a job into the industry. So that's one of the easiest way where you can go on get yourself into the labor market. So find a university with which has good professors, and that professor should be involved in a lot of research and multiple projects.
yeah,
Right.
that's true.
Okay. And is it compulsory to do IELTS or Toefl when you look for English thought program?
For English TET program, I depending on university, some universities demand IELTS, but some are okay but I would strongly suggest to do IELTS because it is better with the visa process and everything. So it's easier and it's just an exam you can just finish. It's English. Anyways, you're gonna study an English TET program, so it's easier to write an exam rather than working around the bureaucratics of Germany. It's even more harder than writing the exam.
Okay. So next we have a question, very interesting one. Does German universities allow you to do a full-time job when you are regular in colleges?
Full-time job as in you mean like working in McDonald's or something like that, or
I'm really not sure. The question is vague, so I'm considering that maybe they mean like an internship of 6 months or working in a company full time. So it could be possible that you can do an internship for 6 months, but it doesn't count as a full time job. But it is an internship, and you need to already have a prior approval from your university that okay, this semester I'm going out and I'm doing an internship for 6 months, but I will not be coming to the classes, so I would be postponing my entire semester to the next semester, something like that, right?
yeah, you should actually you have to inform. Many like the course, if you're doing an internship, actually you have to get an approval from the dean of the course. Like, okay, the internship that you're choosing is actually related to the course you're studying. The dean should approve your internship, and then you can start working. And when usually if you're working in the internship semester, there's no pressure for you because there's no subjects taught during the internship semester. But if you're willing to work a semester before or a semester after, you can take a semester break where you're not enrolled as a student in the university, but you can go out and work.
Okay.
And if you're also if they are talking about part times like McDonald's or something, university doesn't care if you're working or not, as long as you write their exams and pass it.
Okay.
And and then the government makes sure that you work only for 120 full days. So
Right.
as long as students abide by these rules, I think they won't face any problem.
Nice. Okay. And next is, I think you addressed this question, but I will put it again. If you choose to learn German in Germany, do you have to learn it in your home country, or you can learn it from Germany with your studies? I think this is
I would
already.
definitely again and again study German in Germany, because my German wouldn't have been better if I studied it in India, because one, the Indian speakers don't have the native accent.
Mm.
So we will adhere to the accent that our teachers teach us. And when you come to Germany, I think students will lose their self-confidence even in speaking. So I think it is really important for them to come to Germany, at least for higher levels like A1 and A2, fine, they can do in India, but from B1, I think they should do it in Germany. I would strongly suggest that.
Okay, great. Nice. Yeah, I think I've covered almost all the questions which already came through it. Yeah, that's it for now. I think we have addressed it. So I think it's time that we let the people, also ask you some questions. So with this note, we will end the session, and I will be more than happy to open the Q&A so they can directly, interact with you and, ask you questions. So this Q&A would be for like 10 to 15 minutes max, and then we will end the session. So thank you everyone for being very patient and listening to the whole the German process of Nivedita. Now we are happy to take any questions. If you want, you can also drop your questions in the chat box, so where our team can address it as well, or I can do it, or Nivedita can do it. There's someone asking me, there's no placement recruitment. No, unlike in India, where there is the drives, where the companies would come all the way to you and recruit you. It doesn't happen like that in Germany. You have to find a job for yourself, which is also very much possible. But whereas in India, it's very difficult for you to directly go and approach, so that the companies come to you. But here, the communication with you and the company can be very direct. You can just directly apply to the company if you think that you have the qualification to work there. Every company in the website itself, they clearly mention how many positions they have, what is the requirement you need to apply for it, and who can apply, what is the eligibility to apply. Everything is clearly in the public domain. All you have to do is just apply there, and then just get the interview call. So I have another question. They wanted to know brief about FSP by Akshay. So tell them that what will be there in the FSP, like what subjects and what kind of preparation has to be done. Just give them a little idea about this.
In FSP exams, I think the subjects vary according to the courses. T course of different subjects, W course of different subjects, M course of different subjects. So I think German is common for all the
In all
courses,
three. Yes.
irrespective of whichever course they choose. And I also think uh, math will be common for S and T course. I'm not sure if it's been Like I think 2.5 years since I even.
Okay, for M
thought about
and T, math is there for sure.
it.
But for W, I think maybe or maybe not.
I think the statistics, I guess. I'm not.
Statistics,
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm not sure about it. But uh, to pass the exam, like if you want to really pass the exam, then you have to really, really be good in German.
German, yeah.
Ge- I think students can easily pass technical subjects. It's easy. It's not quite hard to pass. But where the students fail is in German. They'll clear all the other subjects. They'll clear maths, they'll clear physics, they'll clear chemistry, but they will really struggle to clear German C1, because C1 is like almost like B2. You can easily, it's like you can attain B2 level, because until B2 they teach you grammar and new topics. But from C1 it's like vocabulary is what matters. You have to this vast, like it's like difference between doing English in school and doing English in as literature. That's what's the difference between German B2 and German C1. So if you are mastering the German C1, I think you'll be able to clear Feststellungsprüfung.
Okay, nice. So good. I think I have a couple of questions. The one is, student has done diploma after 10th. What will be the process for him? So what's up for him after graduating high school 10 and then 3 years of diploma? The student has to go through foundation or the Studienkolleg program, and then after completion of the Studienkolleg program, they can move on to university. Doesn't matter German thought or English thought, but the first step is to do the Studienkolleg, and then they can move on.
Yeah, this, even I've got many personal messages on this, because they simply think I've already done diploma. It's 13 years now. 10 plus 3, it's 13. No, that doesn't how it works, because Indian diploma is not widely recognized in Germany at all. So you have to do student college irrespective if you do diploma or not. Or if you want to skip student colleges, then you have to finish your bachelor's in India.
Right. Just study like 2 or 3 semesters in India again, and then they can apply for it. Right. Next is need to know more about the English Thought program. So Pranjal, so this is so ISB provides a English preparatory course where the entire preparatory program would be in English Thought for 1 year, where this will be your 13th year and make you to eligible to go and study in university. So this program will be of 2 semesters, where you would be studying English, physics, mathematics, and all the technical subjects for T course. And if it's for business studies, you do business studies, and you do mathematics and English and economics as well. So after completing this course, you can go and study in any universities in Germany. Our preparatory course will be accepted as equal to the German Abitur or German high school system. You can go and study in any university. It will be approved by all universities in Germany. And if you want more information on this, get in touch with one of our team members. You have our email IDs in the website. Just drop an email query about the English preparatory course. One of our counselors will get in touch with you and explain you about the whole process. Okay, next I have, how was the student life in the country?
Okay. It is, you are independent. You're completely, you are the owner of your time and your life. You get to decide what to do, when to do,
Oh,
how to
that's
do.
that's a lot. When you're the owner of your time, it's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah. So yeah, there are many clubs here. You can, there are even, universities have different clubs like football club, or where you can hang out. If you're really good in sports, you can join the club and play there. So you can enjoy it. Definitely you can enjoy. You can travel to all the Schengen countries with your student visa. The traveling cost, when you travel as a group, it's really, really cheap. If you want to travel within, like, say, let's say you want to travel within Germany, you want to go from Munich to Berlin. I think if you're a group of 5 people, the ticket will cost you like 13 or 14 euros only.
Yes.
So group travel is really, really, really inexpensive. You can use the most of it. If you're going to any theme parks or something, you get student discounts. All you have to show is your student ID card, you get student discounts. And then the best part about universities, you have very big, some universities have really big lecture halls and big libraries and a very big cafeteria you can hang around. the
You get
my
amazing food
motivation
for an affordable prices in Mensa.
exactly. I think what motivated me to go to university is Mensa. I would definitely say that because for like €2 you get a main course, you get a dessert, you get a salad.
You get a three-course meal,
Yeah, exactly. And it's all for like €2. So it really motivated me to go to university every single day.
especially in the winter time when you can't cook.
Yeah.
Nice. Um, so, and how safe is the country?
Oh,
Being a girl, you come all the way, and how does your parents feel? How do you feel secured here?
definitely. I used to get up like at 3 in the morning and my part-time job started at 4. I used to travel all the way alone. It was very safe. Mm, okay, I wouldn't say there is no racism at all. A
Mhm.
few German elder people, they do show faces, but it's like 0.01%. It doesn't affect you anyway. Most of the Germans are very they you can't expect them um to be like sweet to you, nice to you right way. They take very long time to warm up to you. But
But they
once
would
they
just be
warm
very
up,
honest with their opinions.
yeah, yeah, that's true. They are very honest,
No
and
sugarcoating.
that is very true. So you can't expect them to, and you should definitely respect their personal boundaries.
Mm,
If it's a work is only till 5, you can't expect them to reply to your mail at 5:15. They will not do that. You have to wait until Monday for
right.
a reply. So
Sure.
you can't expect them to do any work outside of their working times.
So in general, you feel very safe, and
Definitely, yes. Because I used to go to work 4 in the morning. It was literally there'll be no one in the road except for the buses and the
mm,
trains. But I feel pretty safe. It was not hard at all.
okay, that's reassuring for most of the people.
Yeah.
Okay. So someone has another question. Which exam you have written after completing Studienkolleg? I think it's just FSP, nothing else.
Feststellungsprüfung.
Just
But
FSP.
I personally didn't write Feststellungsprüfung. I think with ISB's internal certificate, I was able to get into private public university
Yes.
without the tension of
Yes.
Feststellungsprüfung. One of the main reasons why I chose the student college.
But the student has all the options. They can write the external FSP, or they can also write internal FSP. So they get both the options, but it's up to the student choice that they see. Our idea is to, at the end of the day, student has to go to university and study. That's all. So I think I have another question from Komal. What if someone has done 10th and then 12th and then 3 years of diploma? Still, the student can skip student colleague, or they have to do student colleague.
Diploma is not recognized in Germany. It is
Yes.
definitely not recognized in Germany. No matter how much years you have to do either bachelor's 1 year in India or do student. You can't, because if you go and give diploma certificate to UNSS, they won't recognize it.
Right. I think this is the another way where they can find out is if you directly wanted to apply to the university, go through the UNISS portal, apply to them, and they can already tell you that whether your diploma will be recognized by them or not. Because most of the universities' application is being handled by UNISS. Almost 80% of them has been handled by them. And if they can tell you yes, you can go to. They will always already give you a like a VPD for proofing documentation where they can write that, okay, whether this student is eligible to do student colleague or whether he's eligible to do bachelor's. And based on that, you can decide that, okay, whether I need a student colleague or not.
But if you want to save time and money, I would say my friend has been applying for 3 years continuously with the diploma, and every time his VP says that you have to do student colleagues. So it's
Yeah, but
again up to
we
you.
can only tell that
Yeah.
they can check it by themselves. So I think the place where you can go and check it out is Uni Assist. So go to the website called Uni Assist, and there you can make a profile for yourself, upload all your documents, apply to the university you like, and then after 4 to 6 weeks, they will let you know that whether are you eligible to go and study in the university, or they will say simply that, okay, your documents are fine, but you just have to go to student colleague and complete for 1 year and then come back to us.
True.
And How is the, okay, another question, very interesting, which I also want to know. How is the classroom learning experience, and how is the, the multi-mix culture, people coming from different countries? How do you get along with them?
Okay, it it's I study in a German taught program, so obviously I have many people from different countries and different ethnicities. It's easier to mingle with them because we have you have eventually you have to talk with them. You have a lot of group works, you have lot of project works and a lot of lab works where you don't get to choose your partner. They it's the
You'll be
university.
assigned a partner.
Yeah, you'll be assigned a partner by the university. So I had to work with an African, had to work with a student from Egypt. So you get along. It's not hard. Initially, some people have different methods of doing things. You have to find a common ground and work accordingly. You can't just force them to do it your way, or you can't they can't force you to do it their way. Find a common ground and work on from it.
Mhm.
But eventually you'll find it out. It's not hard. You'll get the hang of it. You don't have to be worried about
Nice. I think that's good.
it.
Very nice. I think we have almost answered everyone. And can a student do an MBA by passing from University of Applied Sciences? Like, I think what he meant is after doing a bachelor's from University of Applied Sciences, it is possible to do an MBA again in a University of Applied Sciences or in technical university. Like, is it possible to do masters?
Yes, you can, but I'm not sure if I'm right. I could be wrong, but I think as far as I know, most of the MBA in Germany is a paid course. I think it's not free. So I think you can do after you finish your engineering, you can do MBA, but again, it depends on the university if they want to accept you or not.
Exactly. Yeah. All, it's best to always, apply and see whether, they would take. But with our experience, after studying in Germany for bachelor's, you can very well do a master's in German university. Doesn't matter TU or in applied sciences, they will
Mhm.
apply. So it's a very interesting question. I want you to address this, Syed. If the Aufnahmeprüfung wasn't an issue or difficult to get in, would you still choose a private student colleague?
Okay. One thing I would say, Aufnahmeprüfung is actually not hard to get in. The hard comes when you go to the Feststellungsprüfung because Aufnahmeprüfung is just B1 or B2 German and basic math in Aufnahmeprüfung. So it's easier to clear Aufnahmeprüfung. It's a little bit harder to clear Feststellungsprüfung. So that's why I chose private student colleague over
Have a backup
public.
option.
Yeah, a lot of backup options because
Okay.
I didn't want to waste another semester or another year. If I had to, if I because Feststellungsprüfung you have only two options, and one more thing I think I have to address right now here when you start you finish Feststellungsprüfung, you get into a university. Every course, every single module that you write, you have only 3 attempts to clear it. If you fail the third attempt, you can't continue with the degree.
Mm.
So you have to play really, really safe in choosing your modules and clearing the exams. So I think why I chose private student colleague is one, no need to worry about Feststellungsprüfung, and two, I think teachers, they'll I think they'll go a little like in private in a public student college. I don't think so. Teachers will take a little more step than what is actually needed to help you. But private student college, they'll help you with application process, and they'll also give you certain guidance that that you definitely need while applying to universities because applying to university is quite an overwhelming process. So that way they'll help. I think then I will definitely still choose a private student colleague.
All right. And also, just to add one more point is about the Aufnahmeprüfung. The process itself, it's a little overwhelming. To just to give a stats, like in Leibniz University, Hanover, every semester they receive around 900 to 1500 interested students for writing Aufnahmeprüfung. So almost 1,000 people write Aufnahmeprüfung, and the number of seats available in a public Studienkolleg is fixed. So for T course, they would have 60 to 90, and for M course, they have 60 to 90, and for W for 60 to 90. So almost 200 to 250 seats is the max available for one intake, and the number of applicants are 1,000 to 1,200. So it means that your chances are 1:4. So you really need to be in the top 100, and in that 60 goes to T, 60 goes to M, and 60 goes to W. So you really have to be in the top of the grades. So even though if you pass the Aufnahmeprüfung, you have to come in the top 60 to get placed into the Studienkolleg. So in that way, I feel that you might even miss out the intake even though you would have passed, which I feel that it is unfair, because all the students need to be given an opportunity to go and study in a German university. It doesn't mean that if they don't clear enough Aufnahmeprüfung, they're not eligible to go and study university. I don't believe in that concept, because these students are very good. They completed 12 years of education. They come from different countries with good grades. Just because of this bureaucratical issue, their German dream should not stop. So that's the mission of ISB. Everyone should be given opportunity to go to university, and we help them to make this transition from the Studienkolleg to university.
I think the next question is directed to me.
You're doing, I think you already done your T course. I think Ranjini is asking, now you're doing your T course in German language or English. I think if you would have noticed, her session, she already completed her T course, and she's now doing second year of bachelor's in Dengendorf Institute of Technology, Industrial Engineering.
Yeah, I did my T course in German language actually, and then now I'm doing my bachelor's, fourth semester.
Fourth semester, yeah.
Second year, yeah.
Perfect. Great. I think we have addressed almost all the points. We have taken the questions. So if some of you wanted to still get to know more about studying in Germany, English preparatory course or German preparatory course, the whole process, we would be happy to assist you. You can get in touch with our colleagues. So we've already given the feedback form. So let us know your feedback, so that will improve us to bring in the next session. So we are going to do a session every single month. We're going to bring more of our alumni students. We're going to bring more universities, and we are going to bring more people who are experiences in this process. So your feedback will be very, very useful for us to improve, and then we can better the next sessions. So with that note, I would like to thank you, Nivedita, personally. Thank you so much for taking time out of your weekend, because it's not ideally you get more, more free time on the weekend. So thank you so much for taking your time, and I look forward to see you probably in a different session very soon.
Yes, it was a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Nivedita.
All the best to everybody who's going to come to Germany.
Thank you.